Hi, everyone. Good evening. Well, I am back. I missed you all on Saturday. I actually attended a funeral for a very good friend of mine. Wanted to say my goodbyes, so that is why I was not here. But I am back this evening, and we are actually going to we're going to conclude Deuteronomy today. So we are at the end of this particular journey. I'm going to be ending Deuteronomy and starting Joshua today. Before I get started or end with Deuteronomy, I do want to read Psalm 110. That is the psalm that I selected for today. And that reads, "The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. The Lord hath sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek." So, that order of Melchizedek, I believe I spoke about Melchizedek in Genesis, but this stating that this person is a priest forever, that could only be talking about Jesus, because we know even the lineage of David eventually ended his sovereignty and ruling over Israel. Verse 5, "The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head." So, to me, this sounds like Israel when it says he will wound the head over many countries. He will strike through kings in the day of his wrath. That's what that sounds like to me, but I will have to do some more research to verify that. Okay, let's wrap up Deuteronomy at the last. Let's see, I do have Deuteronomy 32 on here. Um, let's see. I'm actually going to start at. I will actually read part of chapter 32. "Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, as the showers upon the grass. Because I will punish the name, excuse me, I will publish the name of the Lord, ascribe ye greatness unto our God. He is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment, a God of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and crooked generation. Do ye thus requite the Lord, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that hath brought thee? Hath he not made thee and established thee? Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. The Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land and in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirreth up her nest, fluttering over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings. So the Lord alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the fields, and he made him to suck honey out of the rock, and oil out of the flinty rock, butter of kid and milk of sheep, with fat of lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats and the fat of kidneys of wheat, and thou didst drink the pure blood of the grape. Okay, so once again, going into Moses is ministering them about getting ready to go into the promised land, how God led them out of Egypt. Once again, they really work with oral history, and Moses has repeatedly reminded them about the signs and wonders that God created for them while they were in Egypt and coming out of Egypt. Let's wrap up Deuteronomy with chapter 34, verse 1. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountains of Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, that is over against Jericho. And the Lord showed him all the land of Gilead unto Dan, and all Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim, and Manasseh, and all the land of Judah, unto the utmost sea, and the south and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, unto Zoar. And the Lord said unto him, This is the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it with thy eyes, but thou shalt not go over thither. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Peor. But no man knows of his sepulchre unto this day. And Moses was 120 years when he died. His eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended. And Joshua the son of Nun was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands upon him, and the children of Israel hearkened unto him, and did as the Lord commanded Moses. And there arose not a prophet since in Israel like unto Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face. So that's quite an honor for God to say that in the Bible, that there has not since then been a prophet like Moses, including Jesus. Remember, Jesus was also a prophet. He walked in all five offices while during his earthly ministry. Verse 11, and all the signs and wonders which the Lord sent him to do in the land of Egypt to Pharaoh and to all his servants and to all his land, and in all that mighty hand, and in all that great terror which Moses showed in the sight of all Israel. So there you have it. Moses died. If you all get to see the movie Testament, it is an excellent movie that it's a documentary that chronicles Moses' life from when he lived in Pharaoh's house to when he delivered the children of Israel. And I just finished the documentary maybe about a week ago. And one of the things that the commentator said was that the tragedy of all of this is that Miriam, Aaron, and Moses, the top three characters in the first five books of the Bible, or the Torah or Pentateuch, they themselves did not enter into the promised land. Um, so Moses led the way, he himself, because he became frustrated and angry with the children of Israel. He lost his temper and he did not get to enter the promised land himself. So that is the end of the Torah or the Pentateuch. I'm going to go ahead and start with the book of Joshua, chapter 1. I read a little bit of this the last time that we met. Joshua 1:1 states, Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, thy servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, which thou and all this people unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel, every place that the sole of your feet shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. And as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and the night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage? Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the host and command the people, saying, prepare your victuals, for within 3 days you shall pass over this Jordan. I go in to possess the land which the Lord your God gives you to possess it. So isn't this interesting that for 40 years Moses and the children of Israel wandered around the wilderness? Joshua says he's going to get them in 3 days. Remember, Joshua is still part of that former generation. So he himself was 80 years old when he entered the promised land. Verse 12, and to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to half the tribe of Manasseh spake Joshua, saying, remember the word which Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, the Lord your God has given you rest, and you have given and has given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side Jordan. But you shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them, until the Lord have given your brethren rest, as he have given you, and they also have possessed the land which the Lord your God gives you. Then you shall return into the land of your possession and enjoy it, which Moses, the Lord's servant, gave you on this side Jordan towards the sun rising. And they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest, as we will do, and whithersoever thou sendest us, we will go. According as we hearken unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto you. Only the Lord thy God be with you, as he was with Moses. Whosoever he be that does rebel against any commandment or against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words in all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to get to death. Only be strong and of a good courage. So, in this chapter 1, we see that Joshua records God telling him to be strong and of a good courage at least 3 to 4 times in just one chapter. So Joshua is getting ready to take the land and possess it that God promised to the children of Israel, to the patriarch Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let's go ahead and start with chapter 2. And Joshua the son of Nun sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, go view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into a harlot's house named Rahab, and lodged there. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country. And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thy house, for they be come to search out the country. And the woman took the 2 men and hid them, and said, thus, there came men unto me, but I was not whence they but I wist not whence they were. And it came to pass about the time of shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went, I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stacks of flax, which she had laid in order upon the roof. And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords. And as soon as they were pursued after them, were gone out, they shut the gate. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof, and said unto the men, I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. For you have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when he came out of Egypt, and what he did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side of Egypt, Shion and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as ye had heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. And the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and in earth beneath. Now remember that Rahab is a harlot. So if she's a harlot, or in modern day language, we call her a prostitute, I would venture to say that she did not know God, but she knew who God was. And God honored her because she took care of these two spies that were coming in to help possess the land. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord, since I have showed you kindness, that you will also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token, and that ye shall save alive my father and my mother and my brethren and my sisters and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. And the men answered her, our life for yours, if ye utter not this our business. And it shall be, when the Lord has given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she said unto them, get you to the mountain, let your pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days until the pursuers be returned, and afterward may you go your way. And the men said unto her, we will be blameless of this time oath which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window which thou didst let us down by. And thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and all thy father's household home unto thee. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whoever shall be with them in the house, his blood shall be on our head, if any hand be upon him. And if thou wilt utter this our business, that we will be quit of thine oath which thou hast made us to swear. And she said, according unto your words, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed. And she bound the scarlet line in the window, and they went and came into the mountain and abode there 3 days until the pursuers were returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. So the two men returned and descended from the mountain and passed over and came to Joshua the son of Nun and told them all things that befell them. And the Lord said unto Joshua, truly the Lord has delivered into our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants of the country do faint because of us. So there you have it. That is the story, or the start of the story of Joshua. Remember that we are talking about Messianic prophecy in the Old Testament. I'm also excited that I found some Messianic prophecy in the book of Psalms. So I look forward to continuing this journey with you. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter lesson as we wrap up the life of Moses and the first 5 books of the Bible, and get started with the new chapter. And that's, or a new book, rather, a new chapter in the Bible study, and that is the book of Joshua. So thank you for continuing on this journey with me, and I look forward to you being on the next podcast. I will see you on Thursday. Have a blessed evening. Bye bye.